Okay, now the last European house that I have listed.
Yes.
Yes, there's a list.
There's a list,
Of the sales.
everyone.
Um, is another inspiration that I got was sometimes some people, in their heads at least, role play their world, and therefore will build houses for specific guests or specific companions. And this is something that I built for Sharp.
I love this one. This is so sweet. Everyone, you're in for a lovely, wonderful treat. If you don't know the Autumn's Gate, I would highly encourage you go visit a vanilla version and then come visit this one, because you will notice and see a huge difference. A huge difference indeed. I'm sure you all have a Met Sharp.
But if you
Maybe.
haven't run the story for Sharp as Night, it is a beautiful story. If you're into actually following the quests and seeing the story through, uh, his attitudes, his background, I as I say, we like to whine and moan a lot, but sometimes some of the scripting and the storytelling in Elder Scrolls Online is fantastic, and the Sharp as Night story is wonderful. And also running around with him, he is so like a lot of players. They do really draw on the player base for some of his attitudes.
Mm-hmm.
I think I almost fell off my chair laughing the first time I heard Sharp go skill issue.
Yeah, yeah. I think everybody did when I heard him say that the first time. I was like, really? Okay. Yeah, they have given him really fantastic lines indeed. And um, to me, this year is a little bit of an homage to his likes, to who he is, how you meet him, and maybe where he's going, for a little vacation, maybe, or where he's going to go hang out. And this also, everybody is built that was just in the DDA celebratory anniversary contest garden party, where you were phrasing it as, to an Argonian, a garden party is
Yes, a garden party for one, communing with nature.
communing with nature, indeed. So
Um,
lovely.
so, so welcome to Sharper's Night's hunting grounds, um, where we can see his camp here. And again, I needed some weapons. I needed a bow. Come and have a look at this rack.
Yeah, the rack is fantastic. I think I pointed that out in the judging stream that I did. It's so wonderful that you thought of designing around this and custom building around it. So a bow, everybody.
With stabilizers, because that's the shape that I saw in. And so from the Witches' Festival, we get these scythes. Um, if you do enough of it, you get a lot of them, and they're really quite useful. Never thought that I'd be sort of pointing towards a bow in this is, I mean, it's not the best. It's what occurred to me at the time.
Yeah, yeah. And I hope everybody sees there's also a little axe here. And uh, hunting with sharp, he's been very successful. It's quite something. And of course, there's no bow, technically. I mean, they have added this weird garland, this undaunted garland. I'm not sure if you've seen it.
With a string of
Hmm.
little toy weapons on it. Yeah,
Yes, yes.
it's like, thank you.
Thank you very much, Zos. And now enlarge and not on a string.
Yeah. Um,
Yeah, we ask a lot. We ask a lot. Oh, look.
uh,
Also, this is also what I meandered about. You placed that fish.
oh, on the spit.
Yes, you did.
Mhm. So one of the things that is really, really very good now is the housing editing suite, and specifically the precision editing. Um, with some patience, you can put things where you want them,
Mm,
and but patience is the idea. Um,
of course.
deep
And
breaths,
deep breath.
mm,
Yes.
many much swearing, and
Swearing.
you'll get there.
Really, you had words? I can't imagine you having words with things like that. Oh my. I mean,
um,
I did ask. I do ask this sometimes in some builds when you notice that something really really fiddly is going on there, and you just know from maybe your own experience that mayhaps, just mayhaps, potentially this designer must have had maybe a couple of words or just infinite magnificent patience with the editor, with getting it just right.
I am very patient, uh, but there are times, and I think some of it is don't be afraid to put it down, walk away, get a coffee, get some air, touch some grass, and come back to it. Um, there isn't a schedule, or maybe there is, but still, it's not worth your sanity. Um, what little there is left of it, as far as me I'm concerned, um, to do the thing that you're going to do. And sometimes when you walk back, you have a new perspective. You've thought of something else. This I learned from a million years ago when I was doing my degree, and getting programming under my belt. Every now and again, tutors would send us out of the lab and go go and get some food. You're all crotchety. Come back with a fresh brain, and that's worth knowing and worth doing.
It so is. And there's tea, everybody. I love that you thought of tea because it's a nice thing to have, you know. And
Tea.
of course, a little mat there, and extra, you know, a blankie here for him. It's really lovely. And you know, I think that patience and also learning that um, this um, neurological marvel that we have and carry around in our heads, it needs rest sometimes. And there really is such a thing as, you know, you're reaching capacity at some point, and you must be, you know, a little bit more generous with yourself. in acknowledging that you don't and you mustn't finish something in one go. If you can, marvelous and fantastic. But it's also good to sometimes, as you say, take a step back and do something else and recharge those batteries and let the neurons in your brain just take a deep breath and relax a little bit because they do tense up. And coffee is a good point there because the wonderful ingredients is caffeine in particular does help the nerves, the nervous system in your brain relax. Um,
Until you do too much of it. So everything in
well,
moderation,
this
especially moderation.
yes, I mean of course this every chemist will tell you that it's always the dosage that makes the poison.
Hmm. Yep. Come on up.
There's tea because he's a British Kiwi. Are you sure about that?
Oh,
There's the,
hence, yes, being able to pronounce Monica.
oh look. You know, when I was here, I pooped all the snoots,
Of course you did.
and I was wondering whether the little Hashmata was going to be very spicy with me. Look at them, and they always have this wonderful little waddle. You know, I'm not sure if you noticed, but when they walk, it's really sweet. You can't see it, but I'm kind of moving a little bit like them. This is so sweet. Hello, you. I'm really sorry, but I'm getting distracted by the little Hashmata here.
Yes. The retrap. It's like,
You set those up very masterfully. I fall into them all the time.
hmm
I also really love that pathing with those two, that they cross paths.
So when I'm doing pathing, necessarily I'm telling myself a story about where they're going and why they're going somewhere. Um, and even with the desync, it is quite possible to get two guests or these non-combat pets to stop and look like they are interacting,
Right,
um,
right.
which is one of the pieces of magic that we can do in housing.
This is so.
Um, Now, speaking of magic, this house is in the rift,
It
and we
so
can't
is.
actually get it. We can't. Oops, we can't get any further than here because invisible walls. Um, but the scenery is absolutely stunning, especially if you're into autumn colors.
Of
And
course.
this is part of picking this house for this particular reason.
Ah, how lovely. And yes, you will notice everybody when you stare at this for a while that someone might drop in
Yes,
right here. Like I think there he is.
very good.
I was wondering when he was going to do that and appear here because I think when I was visiting, I was talking about something and then all of a sudden he appeared here. And I was like, how did you do that? I did not see you coming here. So I waited for him to return, and there he is. Um, but I think the interesting thing with companions and with the pets, as we have seen earlier, they can move through spaces that we can't reach.
Yes, like any furnishing, you can put them out of bounds, as they like to say.
Yes,
Uh,
yes.
and you can definitely put pathing nodes out of bounds. And you can clip them through what are solid objects to us, so that they can look like they're coming out of a thing. And that is something that I use in a couple of houses' time. We can continue up. Oh, Tom Sharp is coming up to show us.
Showing us around. Howdy there. And look, we have to stop here and he can just move on, meander out, stare out into the autumn gloriousness, into the golden colors and currently really dramatic weather with a little bit of lightning lighting the scenery.
And if you think, this is base game.
It is. Yeah.
And it's gorgeous. And from what I understand, they're going to up the resolution in the base game areas. So imagine how amazing it's going to be.
It's going to be magnificent, everyone. And it's also so lovely what some have done to the base game houses too. And also noting that the scenery in some of the really base game, also like in Cracklorn, I have said this a couple of times about the caverns, like the Earth Tear caverns, for instance. Do not underestimate them. Scenery can be amazing.
So your streamers, at least I'm getting adverts in the stream.
20 seconds. 20 seconds. I do love that you've made the autumn skate entirely disappear here. And apparently, you're saying that the choice for this house was mostly to do with the scenery around the rift scenery.
Mm-hmm.
Uh-huh.
Yes. And I mean, you think I'm going to give Sharp a hunting experience, somewhere to camp and to like fish and find, because he does love fishing, and find the odd animal. Now, one might think, well, there's a whole hunter's glade out there. I mean, I could have had a whale of a time making forests in the hunter's glade. Unfortunately, I am not a wealthy man. So anything that could represent actually feeding me, I don't spend money on, $100 houses. To me, this is obscene.
Yeah.
I mean,
Yeah.
I love the idea that there is a hunter's glade and all the brown store houses.
Yeah. Yeah.
Not for me.
Yes,
You'll see an
understandable.
exception or two. In as much as, I have a subscription, I can save up crowns, and in America I have a moon sugar, because you have to, really.
Yes, you do.
That took me a year, I think, to save up for.
Yes, understandable.
And there is one house that was gifted to me by an absolutely wonderful person who just wanted to see what I would do with it. Um, so, okay, we're back.
Is something I will say that I've always also said to others or asked others about the economic factors that go into housing for you. So I'm asking, is there like is there some way that you go about and farm for whatever it is that you're building? Are you a frugal designer, utilizing or reusing specific parts that you've already used in a house? Um, do you tear down a build? Are you going about that? Is there some component to that? Or do you perchance also use trading? Is another aspect of ESO, of course, to finance, to fuel the designs that you're showing us, that you're giving us?
So the most succinct answer to that very serialized question is yes.
Of course.
I was thinking that is also quite a pointed question, because Ree and I share a series of guilds, being ITT, the
Mm.
independent trading
Team.
team. Thank you.
You're most welcome.
So my my brain was going. T does not stand for network. And uh,
Can't spell it without, but still.
yeah. Uh, so trading pixel gold comes by playing the game, and doing a little bit of farming. Sometimes you look at your craft bag and you go, I don't need 10,000 bits of chicken. I could sell some of those. Um, and so on and so forth. Um, I noticed that during this festival, we have picked up quite a few things that will be saleable on the markets.
Yes, yes.
If people still use ethereal dust, I'm set. Um, but also, yeah, I mean, look around this place. It's mainly rocks and trees bought from the housing uh, vendors.
Home goods. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. This is fantastic. Also, for those who might want to participate in the home goods contest we are holding on the Real End Game. I think that I've talked about this particular part in housing. I think it's an important point to make that um, I know designers whose houses are within 60 to 90 mil ballpark easily, and that's just one house. Um, but I also know designers who I've been lucky enough to interview who are very frugal, who design very often creatures and little beings that are very often screenshots. So that they can build, design, screenshot, and tear back down and recycle what they have used and utilize what they've used in one build in another. And you know, of course, also certain festivals. I think the Witches Festival and other festivals in game can really give you a lot of furnishings. And granted, you could argue, well, yeah, what do I do with them?
And actually, I'm going to answer that question very soon.
I thought you might. It's quite interesting because I think that highlighting a little bit that yes, you can build with what the game gives you, more on the frugal side and not having to pay all that much. But mentioning that yes, trading guilds can be really, really helpful in financing this wonderful, glorious form of art that we are here lucky enough to behold and learn all about. So would you say that the designs we've seen so far were on the expensive side, or would you characterize them as something else besides wonderful?
I'm looking at a bunch of those things, and um, I would say that no, the most thing I've spent is time.
Time.
Um, so achievement furnishings are a mainstay in some people's housing. Um, Playing cards until my eyes bleed, um, so that I have a chest that is full, and I mean full, of uh, tales of tribute, uh, tapestries, and swords and that kind of thing, to be useful. Um, Statues that come from questing, uh, and all the other beautiful things that you can get from questing. Um, these 200 to 300 uh, pixel gold rocks that you can pick up from these look like Vardenfell um, rocks. Um, but you have to go in and open those areas, of course. Um, so long-term investments of ESO Plus and or having the DLCs that are available through the game. Sorry, downloadable content DLC, uh, so that you can get at various bits of furnishing, are very much worth it.
Yeah.
Now, I'm just thinking, I'm going to go off script a little bit in terms of our list. Let's just end our European journey at the Craftaholics, because you
Sure.
mentioned it.
Yeah, and I think it's people should see it. Before we do though, I think there is a little card I wanted. I think you can get a little bit further here, and I wanted to show this because also that's where Sharp drops.
Oh, right. I'm not sure you can get to the point that shop. Oh, maybe you can.
Look, I mean, he's here,
There you go. There you go.
little Sharp, waiting. You're
And
waiting.
just looking out there, being awed by the scenery.
I mean, it's I think that sometimes when, and I really appreciate that you've designed around the autumn-scape and decided for the scenery outside to be the primary part or the primary reason why you've gone for it. I think I got stuck. Or am I stuck? I might be stuck.
Maybe
I might.
jumping around might help.
Yeah, I am jumping around. I'm really really stuck. I'm really really stuck, I think. Oh no.
Oh,
Yeah, no, I'm stuck. This is all right. This is fun.
you should.
Oh wait. Wee! I unstuck myself. Look at that.
Oh,
It happened.
nice.
Yay. Yeah, it's quite interesting to note that it's what? I almost fell now.
It's like I didn't do any death drops by design, honest.
No, but from this
Oh,
perspective, we can see the little Hajmutar and the little friend with their
mhm.
pincers maneuver around. And this is where Sharp would drop, of course. It's quite interesting that you've designed around this and chose to give us this particular piece. And also, I went here on stream when I was judging, so I knew that I
Oh, I
was
see.
gonna get here
Right.
uh, to be able to drop down just like Sharp did. Um, yeah, is amazing, and it's a very much a transformation here, because I'm sure all of you know the autumn skate, have been to an autumn skate before, and are familiar with the wonderfulness of the house. And I keep telling people, yes, I love reskins, and I love when you guys transform a build or transform a house and it's something else. Um, but I also love when you guys decide, I'm gonna shine up the default vanilla house in it too, because it has magnificent features as well. So do appreciate both of them. And this is such a romantic place for Sharp, all by himself. And I shall be with you in a moment. Everybody. Well, I did jump. I'm sorry. Kind of. I forgot that it was quite a jump. A nice one.
Yeah.
I love that one.